So last week we talked about enrolling in Medicare. This week we're going to talk about what Medicare Part A and Part B cover. So just standalone Medicare Part A and Part B without having any additional insurances added on to it. So Medicare Part A is your hospitalization coverage. But again, that's anything that happens in the hospital. So Part A has a per event deductible of $1,484. What that means is if you go to the doctor or go to the hospital and you're admitted to the hospital, you would pay the first $1,484 of that bill, and then Medicare would pick up the remaining costs over and above that. But what I mean by per event is if you go back into the hospital 6 months later for something different, you would then be charged another $1,484 for a deductible for that event. And that covers you for the first 60 days in the hospital. If you're there beyond 60 days, you can see that there are separate copays for each length of stay. So it's 61 through 90, 91 to 365. Each one of them has their own per day copay. If you're there beyond 365 days, you would be responsible for all the costs of that visit. Part A again covers skilled nursing facilities. If you do end up in a skilled nursing facility, you are covered for the first 20 days by Medicare Part A. Day 21 through 100, you would have a per day copay. Day 100 and beyond, you are responsible for all the costs of that. So again, there's some other coverages with Part A that are built in there. I've got them on the screen. But that is the basics of Medicare Part A. Medicare Part B is a lot more simple. Part B has a $203 per year deductible. So the first time you go to the doctor for the year, you pay a $203 deductible. Medicare then picks up 80% of any bill from that point forward. So it's 80-20 coinsurance. So if you have a $1,000 bill, you are responsible for $200 of that. Medicare would pay $80 or $800 of that. So as you can see, there's no vision, there's no dental, there's no hearing, there's no prescription coverage. You know, there are lots of little small gaps in Medicare Part A and Part B. And so that's what we're going to talk about these next few weeks is how do you cover those gaps in Medicare Part A and Part B. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or shoot me a message, and I'll help you guys out in any way we can with this process here.